Well, hello people of YouTube and Internet, I'm GP, back with another drawing project of my Swordtember. Here's turn to this work, okay, mostly man. Okay, the reason I didn't do this work at all is because of my freaking impossible high the snows to repair. I stopped doing those other challenges and just focused on symbiotes once, and then Smash. So yeah, just me return to my old projects, maybe started some new ones, because I do have desire to start some new ones. So mostly, what can I say? Man, nothing much. So on this note, just Swordtember, and let's check them out right now. Starts with the blood sword, which again I will call. The idea behind the sword first will be sword designed by vampires to bloody kill the victims and bloody connect the blood. So the idea for this one, it will be a sword with two layers, which again will be the sharp layers, which again used for battling, and the cracks between these layers, which will lead the blood down the can of the container. So basically the idea will be, so try to create a very evil looking sword with spikes and that stuff, because again I kinda do like making those. Because again it's like very original idea, or at least I would say it's like a very original idea. Originally kind of was thinking the handle will be the container, but then decided it will be uncomfortable, decided to create the holding part and the container on the bottom, with a bunch of tubes going to this container, which again can also make it very uncomfortable. But I would say this tube is pretty tough, so they will not break, and you can like just grab the tubes and you will be able to squeeze them, so again they're not that squeezable, so the blood still will go just straight up to the container. And at the bottom of this container there will be like holes which vampires can like pop the clothes in and just sip the blood from this one. So yeah, that's like the most original design I come up with. Mostly I would say it's more of mechanical sword than magical sword. So again the sword is just machine, so mostly there's not much secret power behind the sword. Again only like the blood range of it. I would say I kind of want to change the colors, because again I kind of want to blood be red, so again in this container in the tube there will be like actual full time red blood. But the blade parts I decided to play with my translucent layers, because again I kind of start playing with layers slightly more. So like making copy of layers, making translucent, and then etc, doubling and that stuff. Mostly I just start playing with layers. I think there was some other stuff I played with, but I don't remember exactly what it was. I mean I have a hole on my finger. Oh, I mean, I kinda pierced my skin and now there's like a piece of skin there. Is that actually skin or what? Yeah, it's not skin. Okay, so the design again is mostly, that's what I like, very simple sword, and now I'm trying to come up with a bunch of original ideas to do this. I mean, mostly, I think my original designs there was only this one, so I didn't have like multiple designs. I mean, I know with some of them I do come up with interesting ideas, but mostly not much. This will be a sword with again like combination from Vox Machina, or it will be bloody a sword made of blood, but again I did a couple of those which are already. So much for this one, and then do the same thing I did with Heat Blast and OS, or not, well, not just OS, it was Ink Tanks, where I would draw the droids, and actually I think I do with my Moody Self Mask, and generally where I draw the body and then start creating this inside hinges, because again, I kinda like the way it did. Okay, I would say here maybe there was a minus that I kinda didn't plan this through, and again there were some places where it's not connected pretty widely. I mean, I tried to come up with interesting designs, like I didn't want to copy the same shape all the time, so I tried to play with shapes. I think after a couple of times I kinda get confused and kinda lost in which shape I was doing next, so kinda I tried to be just straight up this inside holes without like cutting them in. I think there was a part where I accidentally cut it in and it was like piece on piece. But again, it looked fine. I mean, I would say it's one of the good looking swords. I mean, I would say with my Swordtembers, okay, I would say my previous one maybe have lots of those which again kinda questionable, like the coffee one, but the coffee one is fine. But again, I would say it's simple. The breakfast one, maybe I could come up with something more better in design. I mean, basically the same concept, but maybe something better in design. For this one, I think there's lots of them are in good designs and good ideas. I don't know if I always like my ideas, it just, again, it's kind of question of what I could else add to it, like the shapes or extra details. But no, I think for now it's a nice idea, so nice it turned into a bunch of details which I like. So again, this one was much better. Or how much better? I mean, okay, maybe there was some which one I will be questioning, but again, for now, I like this. I pretty much like this. Now switch on, I would say. Okay, I kinda ran out of things I want to say. Well, there also will be like bonuses, drawings, which again will draw a place of vampires, and again other details. Mostly, and again, can a human use this sword? He can, but again, then he would have unused blood, unless you use blood. I would say maybe if you like a witch, or maybe if you like to use blood for magic, maybe it's like also useful. Although there's like a little hole there, so again you like need to pierce it. I mean like do it like snakes, but with opposite ways. Like just put sticks and put them in. Although it's not a sort which again just commonly sell to people, it's a sort which was designed by the vampires engineers, and given to those vampires for free. I guess there could be some family roots. Again, maybe like vampire who make this, and again, spread them to the families of vampires. I like to see vampires as a family-based, I don't know, organization. But once again, if you are humans who have this sword as kind of maybe it'll mean you were looting, and you just find this sword as a loot base. Again, that's like the only way you can get this sword. It's like a rare drop. Not so rare. Actually, maybe it would be rare. Okay, how rare I see this item? And not so rare. I would say, I don't know, maybe like only like strong vampire, and maybe like whenever it's like always will be strong vampire. Well, okay, it's like not a game. Again, I don't develop in a game right now. I develop in a story. Which again, logically, like if it's like a strong vampire, this sword will not just given to weak, and it will be someone who can use this sword. So again, like it will be a strong base enemy. And again, whenever it's like he die, you can take all of his stuff. So I guess you can take the sword as well. But here come the part, because again, the lighter blue, I will color slightly red to bloody, create effect of like dried up blood, like how there was a blood and it's slightly dry out. But for some reason the tubes are still full. Well, I would say like tubes and containers is all part of together mechanic. Machines. It's all part of the same machine. So again, mostly whenever it's like bloody full, it will go to the tubes. But it will slightly spill out. So again, you cannot get this canister full. You have to drain it slightly, because again, if you like have so much blood, it just will spill over on your hands and give you a wet hand grip. And maybe it can slightly drop to the ground. Well, no, it will get something on your hand. So again, that will be minus. So don't just get it full with blood. You bloody need to empty out sometimes. So maybe it's like not very complete. Sort of you like don't drink blood that often, or you like bloody don't need that much blood. Again, also, well, empty out. Well, I would say empty out will be bloody complicated, because again, it was designed to bloody you will drink this. So maybe like if you fight enemy constantly and you're like not hungry, you kind of force yourself to eat. But again, maybe like there will be also a nice idea to create this mesh, this little device to bloody piercing holes and like emptying out when you're not thirsty. You know, it's also in a battle man, you can just save blood for later. Although again, I said already, if you fight a lot. But yeah, there probably will be like some people come up with devices to empty out very easily instead of just drinking out. So maybe that will be this case. So for the vampire, nothing much. I mean, just simple vampire. Just come up with some interesting design for the small period of time. And nothing super complicated. What I started is the circle. What else I did? Yeah, I just saw the image recently. Okay, I'll expect some facts to be forgotten, because again, I make those in time. So again, there's some facts I could easily forget. Well, I just remember the basic. If there was some interesting growing project and some mistakes I did, okay, it's kind of a mistake I did again. Originally, I want there to be no in between, well, in this layer where the blood's supposed to flow. I didn't want to separate it. I kind of did first the separation if we accidentally accidentally missing my shapes. So again, I kind of create this little spike on spike. Yeah, in the middle, there's this little pointer thing, if you can see it. And it kind of split the top layer with bottom layer. But I think the blood will just go behind. Okay, maybe if I could change it, maybe like make it this little hole, so like in the between, so those stubby layers more shorter. So again, I kind of say maybe they were too big. Maybe in my head I have them much smaller. But again, I have much serious problem with proportions. Like when I scrap something big, I will not be able to do this bigness. And whenever like I need to make something small. But with some items, it's actually a problem, because again, sometimes my lines can like get together, mix together, and like they will be top coloring problem. It will color stronger, or like not color at all. So again, we'll have to go further and deeper. I guess that's all of the facts. Yeah, only 2 facts maybe. Well, to be fair, with facts it sometimes have to come up with, because again, sometimes there's just simple sword. I mean, you can just say who it was made by and what special features this sword have. Again, this sword doesn't have lots of special features. This sword only features that it's got like blood. That's like the only special thing about him. And again, contain blood. Blood drips from the plate. I already said this. The name Starvation is pretty much obvious why I call it this way. But again, maybe I could come up with a better name. I don't know. I would say, well, my imagination is not that great. I would say I'm pretty hard to come up with interesting names. I mean, it's a nice style to play with, and sometimes I do have some amazing ideas for the name. But mostly, again, I do just basic up my name pretty basic. And I still just want to go with Latin for my naming, like actual real science. Or just something based on what creatures do, but in English. So nothing that will be freaking Atlas Planet. I think that's, well, lately I just once decided to Google what I want to call the enemy, but mostly, and when I'm playing it's hard to Google because again my computer will get laggy because I'm playing the game and I'm using Google. Also it's like, yeah, will be the case where I just have to come up with something in my mind and I don't know English and other language, so that's kinda it. So other, yeah, nothing much. So for next sword will be the fire sword, the flint lighter. Okay, with flint lighter I think it's pretty much obvious I named it this way because of Minecraft, because flint and steel. But those command like not just flint and steel, because it's not flint and steel, it's lighter. But again, I don't know, like I would say, yeah, I don't know, like I would, yeah, I don't know, I would sometimes just call Minecraft flint and steel lighter, but I know it's flint and steel, but sometimes I just call it lighter. I don't know, I would say I start calling flint and steel more oftenly, because again, people correcting me too much time, so again I start to bloody call it the right way. But again, I don't know, like I want to call it some interesting names, again Minecraft just completely into my head. So what else can I say? I mean, the idea behind this sword will be just simple lighter, but again, but also a different design, because I kind of want it to be a handle, which again will be like a gun point trigger, so like push, press it, and again it will shoot fire. But also I decided to put a fuel canister, because again I can't design this lighter without this fire source. I mean, because again it can't just shoot fire for no reason, it must have some fuel. And so I decided to build fuel separately. So the fuel will be just very combustible liquid. Because it's kind of very interesting design. Most of this design came from a mistake, not think about how it will work logically. And then come up with how I want it to be made logically. So I decided to put first of all like a trigger, and second one will be this lighter fuel. So it will be different lighter fluid, and not just simple gas, whatever lighters use. I mean, I'm not a lighter person, so I don't know. It will be like very combustible liquid. Again, you can just rip it out, and again, it will ignite the atmosphere. So instead of like simple, okay, actually, man, I kinda did this machine of like it's sparkling. Let's say it's like a liquid that again ignite in containment with oxygen. So it my idea this was this one. So again, most like the circular part is bloody. In original lighters are designed to sparkle this fluid so it will start burning, but I come up with a different design. Maybe it will be the one that dispenses the fluid. But mostly again it's one of those sorts where I take the element which the sword is and decide to turn the blade part into this element. Again, my previous ones I did with Dream Sword. So mostly again I decided first of all, it's pretty obvious that you can accidentally like wrap the liquid, fire liquid. So I come up with interesting fact that like some strong species can actually break this. Like I would say human will not have strength to break it because this canister is designed to be pretty strong. Again I said this fluid ignites the atmosphere. So again, it's dangerous to have this fluid. How the hell they make this fluid? They make it in these tubes at the first time. Like they make it in these tubes. So like they do chemical reaction and then put it in the tubes without exposing to atmosphere. And they have lots of flammable stuff. Okay, they're not flammable to atmosphere. I mean, they can poison atmosphere, but I think they're flammable to atmosphere. A lot of fire is flammable to atmosphere. Fire is burning thanks to atmosphere. But you need to start this fire. Well, again, it's magical word to decide whatever I want to do. Mostly, again, this thing is bloody designed to be this. And also, if you can say the Starvation can also be broken by the strongest species. I guess vampires don't have this thing to break this tube, but I guess like with like an orc or like big creature they can just break it. Although a bigger creature can just break the sword itself. And it's not just this fire fluid. I mean, if you can try, you can break all the swords in this video. But yeah, all the swords. I mean, they're not like legendary sword, they're just simple sword designed by people. And I'd say this one is designed by simple people with the sword everywhere. And also, it's like not recommended to use a real lighter. But because again, it not just shoot small fire, it will shoot this big fire, which again will be bloody hot and painful. Yeah, so yeah, that's what else can I say. Man, that's like interesting design. Also, it can be used freaking as knuckles, because I did these little lumps here, so it can be used as knuckles. Like a very massive knuckles. But I think when you can just hold for not the trigger, you can just hold it to the base. And again, I would say it's strong enough to, well, like it depends what you punch it can easily break. And again, fire liquid is very dangerous. I guess it's like very dangerous sword and you must be like very professional and skilled like to not break it or to use fire usefully, because I don't think fire can be used as a nice sword. I think you like can do nice interesting tricks with it, and you know if you're skilled you can buddy do amazing tricks with it. So again, it's like this sword which again very expensively, but also like there are some people who bloody use it constantly. So I would say it's like one of those swords which again for fancy up, or like if you have skill enough and you know you can easily use it and you will not freaking destroy your hand, because again there will be explosion And again, like a big space of bloody destroy this thing and they bloody get themselves the hands burns. So kind of this idea of this sword. But again, I also like the sword. Yeah, I like the sword. For now, all the swords in this one I like. Okay, this one probably much weaker, but again, it's an next sword. I'm looking at it's pretty weaker because I couldn't come up with much better design for it. So it will be the skull theme sword, it's called the skull scooper. There's not really a sword, it's a scooper. But again, and I just take a shape of the sword and try to experiment with this. So lots of these things are not considered sword. They can be considered a blade or like some defense mechanism or etc etc. So for this one, let's go already now. Okay, so idea behind the skull scooper was basic the forest and how you can just pick up the skull and use it as a club, or you have to craft it with something and use it as a club. So again, it will be this sharp blade which can just come scoop the skull. And you can use it as a club. So again, it can be used as a blade and it can be used as a club. Well, again, I attach the design to scope and then become a club. So again, mostly, I don't know, I feel like not using it properly. So again, originally I kind of was thinking about using just this very thin piece of skull with this little, like, hand thing. Then I kind of thought how the hell it's supposed to scoop a skull. So then I decided to make it more mechanical. Like, there will be little twist shot which you can, like, shift this little blade piece. So it can be like this or like this. And you can just scoop a skull and get a hold of the skull. And again, it will stick together. So also I just come up with much thicker blade, like very thin and plus mechanical. But also outside region I kind of was thinking about making it instead of this flat piece more circular tube that you go up and try to become this claw. But then it just tried to become this, like a freaking spike. Not even spike, it's, I don't know how to describe it even. I don't know, I'd say it's one of the weakest one. But then because not so much details and idea is not that interesting. Oh man, it's interesting in some way. Also for this sword, and it can just pick up the skull, although, man, well, I would say it's nice enough to bloody get the tissue out, like to some extent. Sometimes it can get tissue fully out, sometimes there will be some tissue left. And as I said, this sword is not just a human skull picker, and also can pick up some different skulls, like a goblin, or maybe a horse, or maybe a pig. Again, it can like shift slightly sides. Again, it's like fully mechanical. Again, there was a little piece, and again, it can shift to hold in a perfect position. I also would draw like it holding a different skull type, but it will be on the bonus pages. For bonuses, just in here. So for this one, I don't know, like very simple idea, and again it will be me drawing skulls, which again one of the things I do like to draw, but skeletons in general. Although if I would say when I'm drawing skeletons, I do like try to overcomplicate it slightly. I just want to draw a realistic skeleton, but me trying to draw a realistic skeleton without fully understanding how skeletons works, that does get messy. I mean, I know some how skeletons work, I know this bone and how it works, but it's also like massive tissue and that stuff. And I mean, without me imagining it in my head, it's kinda not working. Although, like I would say, it's pretty hard for me to put with perspective. Once again, you can see that I draw lots of stuff in the same areas and the same looking directions. And when I draw like movements or that stuff, you can see that I do lots of those mistakes and some, how can I describe that, continuity mistakes. I see it, man. I would say my drawing or my animation, like there was lots of continuity mistakes where I did proportion characters and did it like wrongly. But here I'm drawing the fact that it's mechanical blade and you spin in the circular parts, it kind of shifting like moving piece. And in fact it can like adjust to different animals. As for other facts, man, this sort, I'd say sort which can be installed more commonly, but again the sort which can see the creator and again also people will not just simply buy it, because again, when I kind of see this world where people just buy normal sword, but like if there's like special cases, they will buy this interesting sword. I would say like bloody if you like, if master fly enough, you can like use this fire. If you're creep, you can use this skull scooper. I would say if you like bloody like to eat a lot, you will bloody buy this pen. This breakfast sword, again I forgot how it called. Sorry, breakfast or something like this. If you like magician, you want like simple fight, you can just buy the sword, the dream sand, the dream sword. How call this? I don't remember the name I give them. I can just watch my previous video, the link will be at the end, with the playlist and that stuff. Or you just find it on my YouTube channel playlist. I mean, you can just do that stuff. But mostly, these swords, I don't know, like if I would just design it something like a word, I don't think I would just make this sword more commonly. I think the sword would just be, like there would be just one guy who used this sword. It's kinda, yeah, how can I say this? I want to say arena episode. You know how anime sometimes have this arena episode when there's a guy with unique powers and characters adapt to this power. But it's not that. Kinda that. I don't know, you just will see these guys once and it will not be like recurring enemy. Or it will be recurring enemy, it just will be enemy with this special type sword. Yeah, I don't know, it's kinda still thinker. But mostly again, I think everyone has said it already, and oh yeah, I can also separate the circles, like the both circles will be mechanical part. So the bottom move blade from left to right, while top move front and forward. So again, this blade can go like this, and like this, and like this, like this. But I think what I did this and this to bloody stupid easier to like get the flash off. Because again, with Skull this flash, and again, well, you still can get some flash, so maybe if you like want a pure Skull, you're gonna clean it slightly. But also again, not much can say. Also in my Skull, it's kind of supposed to be a horse. Nah, is it horse skull? I think I kind of want to do a horse skull, but I think maybe it's not. Well, I didn't use any of that image, I just decided to go blind. But it's just, you can tell it's skull, at least I think you can tell. But you can also see that the second spikes, like there will be these massive spikes, and there will be also the secondary spikes. I don't say the secondary spikes move probably by itself as well. They'll move together, and they get connected to the skull. But the blade, which again on the bottom, on the middle, yeah, they just pure decoration. I don't know, maybe you can slightly interrupt you scooping the skull because maybe you can get stuck together or stuck to something. Yeah, I don't know, it's also like to think about. I mean, I'm not sure how much of this sword is actual functional. This sword is probably not functional at all. It's probably just one of those fancy swords which again, people like designing swords which again will probably never work in real life. And this sword will never work in real life. To be fair, can you just scoop a skull? Well, I think it's like very delicate product where you bloody need to clean properly. And like maybe, yeah, I don't know, like I think I only watched one video, there was a guy who prepared a skull. But I just didn't watch this because I was not much into that content. And so what can I say? Nothing much, so for next sword, let's go right bloody now to be David, daily product, sword. Very simple name, and I'll explain it why. Okay, so for Mundane, what is Mundane sword? It's a simple sword. But again, I don't want to just draw a simple sword. I mean, I could, interesting idea, but mostly I decided to come up with a brand of swords which again being sold by public daily. So I decided to create a self-defense small blade, which again will be first like Assassin's Creed hidden behind your arms, and you can just literally follow it out and then it will be a sword. So mostly the... Okay, I come up with like a very brand name, so I do not remember what I said, so sorry, I don't have a memory of the sword name. It's just some daily protection by the guy company. So it's just sword which made by the company, and let's say this sword is not very good. I mean, considering the fighting monsters will not do at all, because again, first of all, the sword was designed to just simple protection against like, I don't know, some thugs when you go outside on the streets, like, you know, having a pepper spray. And mostly, it's not even that good sword. I would say it's kind of will get break after like couple days of usage. Well, not days. I would say months. A couple months it will just get break. But people still buy it because again, first of all, I don't know, people just buy it because of paranoia, and again, they don't use it that often. And people who do use it often that often have to buy a new one. So mostly, companies sell those swords, but again, the swords are not being used very much. So again, people don't know how bad they are. But also, people just know, people who are professional know swording, you know the sword is not a good one. Made from cheap material. And once again, I don't know, man, again, it does work. I mean, it does work for months. So I guess, if you ever get hit, okay, it's not like it will get expired in 2 months. It's just if you're gonna use it constantly, it get worse with months. But again, if you like, say you attack not so often, you'll bloody be having it for years if you don't fight it to use it often. Again, depends on how much you use it often. Like, let's say if you use like every day, like say 5, let's say, yeah, 5 months it will break. So let's say cut this in betweens and it will live longer. So let's say how much months and days this all depends also. There's sometimes different times of numbers of days. Yeah, I'm not sure, just saying this way. So again, I'm sure the fact it will be hidden behind your arms, the fact they break, and also the fact that the pocket which knife is kept on is much shorter than much bigger than the knife itself. So kinda the memes of how stuff just bags for stuff get smaller and small stuff, and the bags that are in get smaller and smaller. So the blade will be smaller than the bag it's kept in. Again, mostly it's company itself. And also I try to recreate the sword perfectly, but again you can see how much I can do this. I'm not very happy when I draw something, the chance of me recreating this is not so big. That's because I just draw something and it happens randomly. This randomness is hard to recreate. And also I play games randomly, and sometimes I can do something in games which again I think nowadays I cannot able to recreate. Next example will be Helltaker. I think if I play Helltaker again, lots of puzzles I will not bloody be able to do now. Is it a different one I'm starting? I think it's a different one. Yeah, it's a different one. Yeah, so talking about the Mundane sword, you can see its name. I can choose a different font, which again, freaking font which have this little censor C, not censorship sign. Which again, that's what I wanted. Okay, I could probably like pick different font for the name and like keep the censorship in this little font because I like this font. But also it's kinda, well, it's really freaking big when it's CP and this, I want entertainment. I don't know, okay, I think I would go with different font for the whole text, where just keep this little censorship in this font, because again, it's not much better than it's bloody this small. Because a lot of this font have it's this big. Also, I didn't know that censorship have different buttons functions. I mean, I don't know, like, I'm surprised. So first of all, I didn't know that I have, okay, I didn't find it on my keyboard. I found it with freaking, while searching it. Yeah, just search the censorship logo and like find this one. I just copy paste it and put it there. Again, bloody hell. That must mean it's come some on my keyboard. Or at least, I don't know, maybe I can press up and it will just appear. Or we just copy this and you just get it somehow. I don't know. I think that actually was a website, or maybe it's like on Wikipedia where like actually everything you can paste and like use as a symbol. I think there was something like this, and I think that's how people copy the spacebar itself. It start getting on stuff on YouTube like no names. I'm not sure, do they fix it or it's a function you can do, but I have a video without a name. Well, it's a name, but again, it's a name which you don't see. But for that stuff, not much you can say. Again, I didn't want to draw. I think I didn't color it in, or did I color it in? Okay, this could be a chance. No, I think it was not intentional or not. I see that the handle have this little hole in it. I'm not sure, did I forget to color it, or is my intention to not color it? Because it could be both. But I don't remember. So once again, I decided to design a very simple sword, which will be more of the idea than design. Again, it's like, okay, I would say because there was idea, and there was design, but then sometimes just idea without design. The breakfast sword, it's just the design without the idea, which again, I don't have those, I think. I think sometimes it can be just a very simple idea. But for this sword, yeah, not much, it's mundane. What the hell you can say about mundane sword? To be fair, mundane sword is just normal sword, but again, I just anime sword, which never will be one of them. Anime sword is not mundane, it's swordic, maybe exotic. Or let it can non-professional. Okay, some of them can be professional. You just need to watch those YouTube channels who talk about swords and they have some knowledge of sword and say it's a good sword or not sword. So that's my video to like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I drinks, but not the videos. I think my videos will not explain nothing. Or maybe I can tell some secrets. But again, the next sword will be Purified sword and the Holy Splinter. Funny name? Explain why. Right now, when I started watching the video. Purified sword, okay, Purified I think, well, I can just say secondly holy, so it's kind of the holy sword. Well, not really that sword, it's more of the secret small blade. So behind this idea, I want to draw a holy sword, but I want to do something original. So I decided to create a sword which will be this kind of crust. And it will be like a very small sword. Which again, I kind of find it funny. But plus also, because again, I decided the sword to be fight with devils and demons. Again, what demons scared of? Holy magic. Okay, not scared of. I would say like weak one might be scared of holy magic, but like the stronger one, just be annoyed by it. So I decided to create a small sword which again will be hidden by the crust. So again, there's like a priest walking and having this crust, and then when like a demon attacking, because again he's a priest and for some reason they decided to attack him, he just, if they have no magic potential, or like the magic potential being stopped by some way, they can just grab the crust, open it up, and like stop this little devil. It depends on the devil. If it's like a weak devil, he will die because again of poisoning, and if it's a bigger devil, a stronger devil, I don't know, they will just feel sick for a moment. So again, depends on whether they have moment sickness and like get better, or again retreat. So once again, this is like a very small sword, which again only good for the devil fighting. It will be it's being sold to bloody priests or that stuff, or like for I don't know some poor family. So it will be designed by the church and not given to free. I would say just purely given for free. Like it's a sword you can have for free. Some people will take it, some people will not take it. I would say like poor who scared will take it. So again, it's kind of the same as mundane, but you're like want to take it when you bloody have demon problems. Like it's not good for humans. It's the size of freaking crust. I'm not talking about these big crusts. I'm talking about the small little crusts. Well, it's slightly bigger, but again, I think I showed the size nice. I think I can tell what size it is. Plus also I showed how it will look on the pig of the devil or demons. Mostly again, it's just poison dagger. Although not even dagger, it's more than dagger. Just poison dart. That's the best way I can describe it. So mostly again, that's all. That's all behind the sword. It's made of silver. It can be discarded as crust. Not something with more decorated, but I would say, yeah, I don't know, just slightly more decorated. Mostly just because I want something more decorated. So kind of showing what design to bloody stab them in a finger, and again will just give discomfort for big demons. So again, just drawing a bunch of demons. So a bunch of demons, like there will be demon finger, who's getting stabbed in a finger. Bloody hurt. I did, how much hurt? I mean, recently I did cut myself slightly, so it's not that much hurt, but it stings. But again, you can just slowly tolerate it. I think the pain will come up later after like you let the see where the holy magic gets spread around. So it's not just silver, it's also have some holy magic to embed into it. But again, it's bloody not that strong to be fair. It's just more protective items. It's again protection for the poor, and again giving food for church. So again, they cannot just make you like a awesome godly sword, which again hard to make, and again for whom to give. And those swords will give it to heroes. This sword give to bloody peasants. But once again just drawing the demon and showing him some in distress. So mostly again, nothing much can say. Honestly, nothing much. Maybe I could make this video much faster, but I don't want this video to be this fast. But if it's gonna be this fast, plus again, I will cut. There was some moments where there was moments of me not talking, and for some reason I just left recording. Because sometimes I do still have these moments when I just go to do something and I just forgot to stop recording. And I have an hour of footage where nothing is happening on the screen and I have to cut those. For that stuff, yeah, not much. Okay, you can actually hear me making backgrounds. I would say first I start with normal backgrounds, which gave us my normal backgrounds of my drawing. But then I decided, man, I need to do something original. And I kinda... And I do like this background you saw earlier. But again, I kinda wanted to have more original backgrounds for every item, so they do freaking... Actually, maybe I can do it slightly different. I don't know, I will look. So yeah, nothing much can say. I said everything I want to say. The sword is like very simple. And for last sword, it will be the opposite of the sword. Honestly, man, I can see creators having an idea with these swords. And okay, I would say these drawing challenges, I kinda like them and dislike them, because mostly just you take this thing, combine it with this word. So kinda like freaking Scribble Notes Unlimited, where you just give a thing to items. But then Scribble Notes, you just give the items a thing and it just will not change appearance. It depends what objective you give it to it. But here, you can just come up with something more original. So it will be a sword, but infused with this word combination, of this idea of this word. Again, I kinda liked it and kinda disliked this, because first of all, it's not very original, but also some of them do sound original. Okay, there will be some ones where it's just exactly the same challenge, just a different thing to do, like a mermaid, like a dragon, like a kaiju. But again, this word combination, which again, I still collect them because it's nice, interesting idea for design, but some of them just not worth it, because again, I took a couple of drawing challenges with sword and then it was just the same, just draw sword with this style. And again, just find the one which again gave me more ideas for what I can do. But also there was some interesting challenge, which again I will do next. I'm working about next, I will do some interesting challenge. So on this note, the cursed sword, which again you can see like purified, cursed, so kinda this same theming. You can see there is a theming between the swords. Again, I'm not sure, is that a theming in everyone, or is a theming, actually, is it like secret theming which I don't see? Like maybe like for everyone he will have this elemental sword, and maybe for, well, once like 1, 11, 21, it will be elemental swords. Like zeros will be magical swords, like, I don't know what else. Something to think about. Maybe there's some secret meaning behind those monthly challenges. Like I'm not doing monthly, I'm just doing for the game. And they need to come up with more challenges, which is not just monthly challenges, it's just challenge which you can do anytime you want to. It's like a game. Man, I don't know, I like this idea of these drawing challenges being like a game to me. Because again, I see my reactions, my gaming as a reaction with me interacting, and me drawing these challenges is like me playing the game. A game with absolute freedom of me what to do. That's kind of how I see it. But for next one, the cursed sword, the back of worms. It has a name, so I will explain why. Okay, so the idea behind the cursed sword was always it will be a sword which you can drain your life from, so the sword will slowly kill you. But how I do it, I come up with the idea so it will be bloody spread the roots into your flesh and again suck the life juice from you. Well, not blood, it will be literally life energy. And then I decided, okay, what will be some special gimmick of this sword? Then come up, its sword will be made of worms. Because I kind of want to come up with the idea of tentacles slightly more. So again, it will also attack by tentacles. So first of all, with sword again not very sharp. It is only designed for stabbing, so again it will be bloody tentacles which can just pierce you. And again shapeshift like a club or like a blade. But again, if it's gonna be a blade, it will be sharp on like the tip, not at the sides. So like very weird sword. And mostly, idea behind the sword will be just a bunch of demons who collect these forms and like put it together by the rings. and now use them. This one is like a very big creature of hell who just being picked up and like put together, and they're obedient and listen to the demon skin and what they want. So well, not really listen. They trying to pierce the demon skin, but again they cannot do nothing, or they can drain life source of the demon because demons have none life force. So again it's like hell creature which again not able to survive in hell, so they need to move to outer world to actually feed. Again they just pointed at living creatures and they just suck life of it. So basically, yeah, but this sort of get to the human's head as well, and then it's in human heads to become quite deadly because it's actually humans have life force. But I would say it's like draining them pretty slowly, and again mostly when you're holding it just slightly stick to you and start draining you, but when you not very close it just start piercing you to bloody get something at the end. So basically humans can also use the sword, and the way that human get this sword is by accidentally kill the enemy and they drop it them. So again, a loot hunting. Getting a loot which you can only get. Again, I can't imagine comparing my sword building world with freaking games. I don't know, like, again, there's the game mechanics in this one. I kinda like to see game mechanics and everything. Looting, that stuff. But again, if I'm gonna make a game, yeah, I don't think I would make the sword for the game. So again, it's just purely ideas. Okay, maybe I can put this, but again, if I make a game, maybe I would make something different swords. Maybe like put these swords, maybe make a games and like put bunch of my swords which I created into these games. I don't know, I once thought about making like a shooter game but with bunch of interesting guns, which again will be something like High on Life. But instead of the guns being alive, it would just be guns with very interesting feelings. Mostly, man, there's like a game and I remember they did some collabs and for every collabs like add the new guns to this theming. Like there was guns which were themed after Godzilla and have a spike and actually glowed. Maybe like something like this. I'm not sure, it's just interesting idea. But for this sword, what else can I say? I mean, just bag of worms. The reason it's called bag of worms because those worms were kept in a bag and then again put together. Why did the swarms? Because again, tentacles and I said earlier, so nothing much to can add. How much it can take to kill you depends on your strength. I mean, maybe you will die after a couple of days, maybe you will die at the seconds. But mostly again for steps, man, it's a steps. Again, how long does it take for a step to kill a human? But for other stuff, well, not much. Once I did the tentacle spectre which I like, and again you can see history of me liking them and try to do them as much often. This little tangle effect, this effect of them being on separate layers, and again some being on top, some being on the bottom. And mostly again, how much worms is there? I'm not sure I remember. Like I kind of think I did way more tentacles on the front than I did on the back. But I'd say some worms just different size. Again, some of them just go more to the hand, while others go more to the body. Again, there's some where the hand they have the most number of the stinks, and some of them which have less numbers of the stinks. So again, they sort of like differently. And I'm being constantly made. So for this sort of just brilliant demons messing around. Like they using the environment to just come up with something crazy ideas design. Mostly, yeah, I don't know, this is not like very best sword, but again, it's just something demons did for fun. So mostly again for all that stuff, man, again, I did sum up the story of the sword very simply. Again, there's not much in the sword. This sword not very much used by the humans because it can kill humans. And I think humans can't do unless the sword is killing them. So man, when you hold the sword and bloody banging it into your arms, I think you will get some consumes. But no, some people just get desperate and they will go with something to survive. But again, it's sometimes they need to attack the demons who are attacking them. Again, I would say it's like not a good against stronger demons, but again, weaker demons will be stronger. Again, like when there's like an army of one strong demons and a bunch of small demons, when you kill a strong demon, you can easily grab his sword and use it against the bloody demons themselves. So again, so much like the sword will pick up to bloody survive. And maybe if you like have nice healing ability or like nice recovery magic, you can use it maybe slightly more. Or like you can sell it to bloody people, or like untangle it and like sell the swarms separately. I don't know how much the swarms can be cost. I would say they just use nothing. As they bloody useless to the human. Maybe for experimenting, I don't matter, okay, what kind of experiment can you make? Again, these demons are weak demons. So again, there's nothing to experiment, maybe like create new poison, but again, it's completely different anatomy, and after every demon poison will work differently. Yes, so again, not much can say about the back of worms. Kinda sounded like freaking Zack. What the fuck, he talk about worms a lot, and I create a sword made of worms. Okay, I can keep those worms scientific names, but I did by freaking googling worms and drain. And what okay, the name is Latin, but I don't remember Latin for what. Man, okay, the names I do want to come up with original names, I did come up with original names, but I think I don't remember what it's mean. Yeah, this one's called the Vita Exaria. Okay, how do I pronounce it? Vita Exaria. Okay, so Vita, I remember it's like white, so it's like life. And Drainer, so yeah, it's kind of I call them life drainer, but in Latin, which get lots of Latin names. But I think Latin names they actually like was a space. I didn't want to create space. I didn't want it to be so obvious. But yeah, it's pretty obvious. Yeah, stabbing, draining life forms, no demon host, only sharp tip, and made of low demon called able to shapeshift. Well, shapeshift I don't think like we're able to change shift that much, they can just become a blade or the claw. Also again, this shapeshifting is like bunch of creatures coming together. And like they're able to tangle themselves in some ways. Like they not that crazy shapeshifting. Как we won't have no shapeshifting ability. We just them together like forming some shapes. So there's nothing can say. But this for doing Swordtember, man, this was much better than the last one. I would say it's better than the last one. Last one did come up with some interesting designs, but mostly I would say some design will weak. Yeah, I don't think there's like any weak designs. I mean, Mundane sort is kind of weak design, but I think it's like intentional weak design. Because again, it's Mundane. But also amazing ideas, amazing things to do, and mostly I like the way I did today. Maybe I'm slightly getting the hand of it. Maybe I'm starting to create something great ideas for my drawings with tempers. But also on this note, there's not much I can say, so what can I say? Not much, so just go to my social media, go to my other channels. You can go to my Patreon, my coffee where I do commission, etc, etc, etc. So for that stuff, not much can say. So just have a nice day, roll the screen, bye bye. Awesome, yeah, bye bye.